Pirate Aggro. I think this is one of the better aggressive decks in the format. So it's Pirate Aggro because Misfortune as an aggressively slanted champion here, 3-3 for 3. Whenever an ally attacks, deal 1 damage to all battling enemies in the enemy nexus, as well as Gangplank here, 5-5 for 5 with Overwhelm. When I'm summoned, summon a Powder Keg, which makes your extra spells and skills deal damage. And then he levels when you've dealt damage to enemy nexus in 5 different rounds. And then his leveled mode deals 1 to everything when he attacks each turn. I honestly think one of the most powerful interactions in this deck is Zap Sprayfin. So Zap's a 2-2 for 4 that when it's summoned draws a spell that costs 3 or less from your deck. And while this is technically a random effect, if you look at our deck here, we only have 1 card that meets this condition, which is Noxian Fervor. So Zap in this deck is a 2-2 elusive attune for 4 that always draws Noxian Fervor, which gives us a lot of reach in the mid to late game, as well as things like Decimate, Jack the Winner, and ultimately a couple copies of Captain Fair on here to have a lot of punch in our deck that also has a very aggressive slant here. You'll note we've got 12 1-mana units, so very frequently this deck is going to start the game by playing 3 1-mana units with its first 3 points of mana. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how it feels today. Yeah, Fervor. Fervor is arguably one of the most powerful pieces of reach in Runeterra, and this deck gets to play 6 copies of it. I just realized I can actually use channel points now. I'm not sure what to do with this newfound power. Maybe just save up for 2 extra there. God bless. Let's see what Trump has to say about Biden's first day of office. All right, let's take a moment and look at this together on stream. Never gets old, chat. Never gets old. All right, aggressive mirror here. Opponent and I both playing aggressively slanted decks. Jinx Draven discard aggro on their side. I think we're mulliganing everything but the 1-drop, looking for more 1-drops. Yikes.
Anything else?
Yeah, that's the joke spread, huh? If you click on his Twitter account, it says account banned. They didn't trade last turn, so I assume they're not trading this turn. Oh, deal.
Is he here yet? Oh man.
Okay. So yeah, I think the way our draw is lined up so far this game, we are actually the control deck here. So I'm going to play like we're the control deck and trade defensively here.
Time for the money makers.
Oh, they discarded survival skills. It's like, why did they axe? That's brutal. Yeah, the fact that we...
Like buildings. People.
You should try Blink.
Yeah, we're dead. Rough start. Linari, thanks for the follow, by the way. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, sometimes those happen. I'm pretty happy with the mulligan decision that I made. Drawing like, you know, all of our 9 copies of this deck. So one thing to think about is this build is playing Captain Farron in addition to Jack and Gangplank. So there is a chance that as constructed, this deck has too much top end, I think. It's the Mobilytics list look like. It's on the meta tier list, right? Yeah, it's S tier. Wow, this is actually card for card the one that's ranked on the S tier list. Sure. Now this is a hand. Hopefully they have one of those games where they don't do anything until they play Plaza on 3. That would be ideal.
The wiser.
Don't play a 1-drop. Thank you. Hopefully we're gonna teach them to have a little respect. Dingle Dots, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning.
Explosives primed. I'll shoot the wings off a bilge wasp.
Am I opening attacks or am I playing Misfortune? I think I'm playing Misfortune, right?
Looking for trouble? It found you. Daylight warms the heart and lights the way.
Triggers.
Love ya.
Yes, the Solari that gains life is their best possible play here for sure. They could have if they have the gain 5 plus a single combat, they get right back in this. They could gain, our opponent could be gaining 10 this turn. Yeah. Our opponent could be gaining 10 this turn.
War Mason, reporting for duty. Make the Empire proud.
Forge ahead.
If they don't have a single combat here, I think we're still good.
Strike at their foundations.
Focus on me.
Judgment. And this is the part where we die to star shaping, right? Gain 5, judgment, star shaping, gain another 5.
Channel our power. Exactly for X.
All right, let's see if Double Jack can get through it, huh?
I promised a bloodbath.
Thanks for the 25 months, Big Mama. I really appreciate it. Welcome back.
Fighting's a business.
Who is that knocking at my chamber door? It's Jacob.
Sunlight guide you, my brethren.
Hey, hold on. What's up, dude? What do you need to tell me?
There's plenty of killing left.
I can make you make
Aren't
make
any
you.
gods here? Just
I need to
me.
play something, but if we might come.
You want to play Mario Party? Mario Kart? Mighty Pups. I think the Mighty Pups cartridge is upstairs in the container. Yeah, it's upstairs in the black container. Okay, well, it's not in here. Go get the black container. It's in there, bud.
There's only one true light.
Oh, here's the other switch. Jacob is 6. Almost 7. Less than a month till we turn 7. Well, till you turn 7. Your dad's nowhere near 7. Much. No. Not even a little.
You wanted rough.
My number is very far over 7, Declan.
Shining gifts from the sky.
If they don't break, they'll burn.
Alright, so this is 2, 6. We have 10 here,
For the many.
which means we still don't have enough for lethal.
It strikes.
Routes closed.
You poor thing.
Right? They're going to 9. I have 8.
No.
Now they'll have the single combat, yeah. They could have concerted strike here. I just want you to sleep with the fish. What? Why won't you sleep with the fish? Don't you hear the fishes? They're calling you.
I complete.
Yeah, they've gained 20 now, right? They had 2 star shapings and 2 hits with these.
I promised a bloodbath.
Oh, Daddy's home! Daddy's home! Daddy just killed a man. Threw an axe in his nexus. They're gonna sleep with the fishes. Pharaoh, he's very big. He's gonna take and blow them all away. Do 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 do. Crunch, crunch. Please die. Please, please die. Just die already. Sleep with the fish, opponent.
Fighting's a bloody business.
All right, we got 10 points of reach this turn, chat. We got lots and lots of reach. Buckets and buckets of reach. All right, we beat the game 20, chat. We have broken the siege and beaten the game 20. Yeah, we beat Judgment on 5-2. We beat the 5-for-1 Judgment in the game 20. Finally, I can breathe again. I think I mulligan these looking for the triple 1-drop start here. Yep.
The wiser. Everything's in place.
Humanity is. There's plenty of killing left. Ye started without me. Can you improve perfection? Fact, I am superior life form.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good.
System upgrade.
I think playing Zap before attacks here.
Ice coming in.
Prime and ready.
I think Jan subs makes it a little bit too wide. I tried more wording on that. I wanted to keep it small. I figure we'll have questions about it the first few days, and then people will be used to it once it's the normal. I think in the long term it communicates better, even if it'll cause some confusion in the short term. That's why I made a command. Wow, that's brutal. That means these trade for these. I think we're definitely attacking with everything though here, right?
Inferior design.
a second misfortune in my hand, so it's whatever.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Yeah, Cougs, my intention of putting the sub count on stream was always to have basically it be a monthly goal, and this just translates it to that better. It's more apparent that it's a goal. My plan is to reset that at the start of every month and try and hit 1,500 a month. Well, now we want to play this so we can get to sleep with the fishes, right? And then we can play these two next turn. Because this triggers at start of turn. Okay, down to 11 here.
Let's do this.
Is LTR free, like, say, Arena or Hearthstone? I would argue Runeterra is actually free, unlike those other games.
I promised a bloodbath.
The Overwhelms it here is probably actually better than Misfortune, right? Is that true? Nah, that can't be true. Because these are X1, so if they're blocking, that's fine, they die. Yeah. How to LOR. If you're one of my longtime Magic folks, you're looking to get into Runeterra stuff, this like 10-minute video gives you a breakdown on only how to learn how to play, but also how to find decks. Runeterra is one of the most resource efficient card games ever. It runs well on mobile too. So if you have a cell phone that's existed for the last couple of years, it's definitely capable of playing Runeterra as well. Or a tablet. See, the rate of subs come in equal over a month, or is there more at the end? If I'm being honest, there's no consistency, Fekarak.
No use trying. You wanted rough.
Hey, Zap. Need a hand? Can't say no to Fizz.
I'll make corpses of them all.
So we can use the keg with Sleep with the Fishes or Noxian Fervor to get blast in here. I don't think we have to worry about dying from this position. I don't think we're dying from this position. I have Noxian Fervor that can point at one of their units in a pinch here. If they play a bunch of Burble Fishes. They could have a bunch of Burble Fishes here. So this is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm definitely supposed to fervor this here, right? So I don't die to Mystic Shot next turn. Want to do this so I have good open attacks. Yeah, I agree, White Six. It's actually working out exactly how I wanted it to, which is great. They're more careful and thought out in messages if people have less of them to send. Someone else said earlier, phrased it in a way that I really liked. They said it's not really sub-only chat, it's like supporter-only chat or consistent watcher chat. So the problem with Decimate First is that Decimate First loses to Aftershock plus Mystic Shot. Whereas now, to stay alive inside of combat, they no longer have mana to do those things. We'll get to kill them with this Decimate. Under consideration to use Fervor on the Grenadier instead of Gangplank to level him and get the attack trigger. So in order to get the attack trigger with Gangplank that turn, that's what MTuck was talking about, that would require me to pass priority to my opponent. And I wanted to attack without passing priority, so I didn't die to slow burn spell plus fast burn spell. So if I pass priority before attacking there without actually killing my opponent could Aftershock plus Get Excited or Aftershock plus Mystic Shock to kill me. And I wanted to try and avoid that. Oh no, chat, if we run good with Pirate Aggro or Zoe Diana, are we gonna be a master stream? We can't be a master stream. Oh no, we queued into someone in Masters. This is supposed to be a meme stream, chat. I think I full mulligan because triple 1-drop when we're attacking on evens is really powerful. I want to give myself a chance to have that. You got 2 more draws to the third 1-drop here. How much money to choose the emote lineup for a deck? I don't know. Make me an offer. Quick Q it to Borley, Sid. Haven't the turn before when we used Fervor to kill a purple fish. We already dealt damage to their Nexus that turn, do awful. So, like, Daddy Theron is not what we're looking for curve purposes, but it is very good in this matchup in general.
Once I stamp papers, now faces.
No blocks, go to 19.
Where do you stand on culture?
Really hoping to just draw anything that's castable next turn. Just any 1, 2, 3, or 4 mana unit.
System upgrade.
Am I attacking with that? I don't think so, unfortunately. I think I Fervor here to be resource efficient. It also denies Ezreal a point towards leveling up.
No one's the wiser.
And now we've got 5 drops rolled up for the next 2 turns here.
Give us some room.
Timing is everything.
This isn't going to have profitable attacks into this anyways, and we're probably going to go over the top with Captain Pharaon, so I think I'd take this trade.
Dead men tell lies. Witness perfection, meatbags. Fact, I am superior life.
Iterative improvement is super flexible. I think is the big thing to be said about it.
Break their legs.
Solid hit.
Can you improve perfection? Fire till nothing moves. Exactly for action,
I expect they'll open attacks to kill my Keg next turn. Honestly, that might have been a reason to play Jack last turn. So I would have played Jack last turn. I could have still opened attacks on him, but then I would have had to sleep with the fishes to sleep my Keg. Then a Static Shock anyways. It probably doesn't matter. And they are notably bilge Piltover, so I am not playing around, I am not playing around, what's it called here? Ravenous Flock, 'cause that's not a card they have access to, because that's an Noxian card. If they don't open attacks here, I get to zap.
I thought you'd never ask.
Keep up, keep up.
So unfortunately, spewing a spell mana here, but this guarantees draws me this.
No way!
Remember the objectives. Make the Empire proud.
I'm hitting this for damage because if they attack with these, I'm going to trade into them. I think there's a chance they attack in here. I think with Daddy Pharaon in hand, I'm definitely just trading off if they offer it. In fact, with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and put this to 1, I think.
Safety disengaged. A ticket to the gun show. I am the future.
I'll cut my nails here.
I think we just take these trades here since I have Pharaon in hand. I just want to, like, make sure I don't get punked out by them.
I'll break this siege.
Think I'm still like a yodel in uniform?
I'm attacking this into here, because if they don't block here, they're dead to a single decimate next turn. As is, they're dead to 2. I'm gonna have 10 mana available, so we're gonna go up to 9, and I've got 1 banked.
We playing bilge rules, son?
So I imagine they're dead here. I don't think they can kill us from 11 without playing out enough stuff. We're gonna need to kill them with these.
Gotta go with the flow.
Okay, this is 5. I don't think they can get 6 out of 2 cards here. I guess they could have Suit Up plus Mystic Shot or Suit Up plus Get Excited. Yeah, really, really close game. I would bet that we were dead if we didn't have this Decimate. Good chance that their last card killed us there. I think someone asked earlier in the stream what are good decks for laddering up with. I think Pirate Aggro is a great choice. Anything competitive that's also aggressive gives you good laddering rates. Da, 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 da. Is it crazy to mulligan Misfortune pushing for triple 1-drop on evens? Alright. We take those. I need you to hit master so I can stream snipe you properly. God bless. Mulliganing MF in general is fine. She's not a key card in this deck like she's a Scouts. That makes sense. Oh no! Oh no! They heard we were getting close to Masters, chat, and they Lee Zoe'd us. Alright, I'm gonna play. Let's try hard, chat. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna win. We're gonna play it out. Hello, darkness, my old friend. How it sucks to meet with you again. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Let's get it, crew.
Alright, what's the worst possible if I don't open Legion, if I don't open attacks? They play another goat? I think that's fine for me. I think we're supposed to play this before we attack.
My fists.
It's annoying, but not the end of the world. I think Eye of the Dragon means we're still supposed to attack. Then we're going to see Lee Sin's powerful anti-aggro game plan here. They're going to get to gem this, and then they're going to get to gem this and generate a lifesteal thing for next turn.
Ready yourself.
I mean, Palm opening attacks.
Your lesson begins.
Palm's fine against us regardless of what we do. Alright, so they're at 12 with the Dragonling next turn. I have 10 points of reach in my hand, though, plus a little extra from this being elusive.
Breathe out.
I have a point from this here, theoretically, too. Remember, this is guaranteed to draw Noxian Fervor. Yeah, that's a question. Do I just Fervor my blocker? I think that's the play, right? Okay, yeah, that's the play. These likely aren't connecting again anyways. We've reached the burn them out portion of the game. We aren't here for a long game, we're here for a good game. So again, the way this works for people that aren't familiar, once their thing has been blocked, it doesn't get to deal damage to my Nexus if I remove my blocker, so long as it doesn't have Overwhelm. Yeah, we're two game wins from Masters, K-Smith, so we decided to try. Aggro decks, I think, have the best chance against this. It's not a free win by any means, but you're more likely than a lot of other things. There's nothing wrong with playing the opponent's archetype and enjoying it, chat. I do not expect the people playing the game to balance the game. If you enjoy playing Lee Sin, you can and should play it, and don't feel bad about it. I think we pet and zap now, right?
Keep up, keep up. Let's do this.
What about my morals in the children's card game? You know, details. So I get to run back the block plus Fervor U line this turn.
Benevolence.
If they don't open attacks, we get to decimate. They could have deny or nopify for this.
A pleasure to see you, Master.
They don't have deny up anymore. Do they have guiding touch? You can touch yourself on my stream. Don't do it. Don't do it, greedy. Don't do it. Ugh. This is the zero outer, right? They have 1 mana. Aggro. All right, chat. Final boss. Final boss, chat. Are we accidentally a master stream this season? Them not drawing Sparklefly was huge. Big agree. Don't you know aggro is dead in this game? That is the take I hear most often from people that is so nonsense based on every metric available. I'm gonna mulligan these looking for a 1. Okay. Yeah, some streams are hard to watch because of the complaints about aggro is bad. Yeah, I think the reason I most frequently turn off other people streaming Runeterra is because they make some silly statement that is just objectively wrong based on the data that we have available. All right, what do they have here that punishes me for playing Misfortune? What punishes Misfortune? I'm just supposed to open, right? I'm just gonna open. I'm gonna open and I'm gonna play these two.
You started without me.
Yeah, a 2-mana 3/6 would be really punishing there.
I am more than I seem. Fortune favors the bold. End them.
We're gonna die to judgment.
I smell fear.
Not judgment. Deal Arena. Deal Arena. When the spell went on the stack, my heart sank, chat. My heart sank when the spell went on the stack.
Who's ready for a show?
Sometimes lucky, chat. Sometimes lucky. Ooh, see, chat, don't let your memes be dreams. I know we ended in Masters with Pirate Aggro specifically for the last 5 games, but like, for reference, if you're new to the channel, I would encourage you to look at my YouTube and see the majority of the decks we played to get here. It's been a trip. We mulligan the X1 against the Go Hard deck. Do I mulligan? Do I mulligan the X1 here? Yeah, it's pretty bad. Mom, get the camera. That is accurate. The majority of the decks we played have been Zoe.
Give us some room.
I'm gonna trade this when we attack so we can trigger Plunder to get Jagged Butcher down.
You'll never see it coming.
What's up, buddy? You wanna play Mario Kart? There's no cartridge for Mario Kart. You just go on the gold switch and you gotta look for it, okay? I mean, you can play Mario Kart if you want, bud. Or something else. Whatever you would like to play. It's a good game for Jacob. You want to play Pokemon? You have a Pokemon game started. You want to train your Pokemon up? You can play this Pokemon game from home. It's not like Pokemon Go where you gotta walk around. You could play more Bastion. You didn't finish Bastion.
Yeah.
Or Minecraft Dungeons. Those games don't have cartridges either, though. So if you want to play one of those, just load them up.
Go with the flow.
Bastion, your Bastion save is on the blue switch. So look for the switch with the blue dot on the back, okay? And use your profile. We done Zoe Noxious Aggro? I have, Nivik. Yeah, that one's one of the decks up on my website. I think it's Invoke Aggro, we titled it.
A game.
Hey, Captain. Thank you for the 39 months. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. That is a Fleeting Dorko. I think we're definitely attacking here, right? The question is, do I want to run either of these in their Fleeting Dorko? Probably not. If you're looking for good single-player stuff, if you haven't played Transistor yet, either Magus Edge, Transistor is also excellent. I actually like Transistor more than Bastion, but that's not a game. That one's more complicated in terms of mechanics, so it's a little hard for Jake. What's up, bud? Bring the Switch with the blue back in here and I'll load it for you, okay? I think we're just playing Jack out.
Who's ready for a show?
That is not a game I'm familiar with, Vicar X, no. What are my favorite games to play with my kids?
We playing build rules.
We've been playing recently. As a whole family, we play Mario Party on the Switch with some frequency. One-on-one, Mario Odyssey is a good co-op game. Yoshi's Crafted World is another good co-op game. Basically all of the Lego series games. There's Lego series iGame. There's Lego series games for basically every IP you can imagine that are a lot of fun. Everything from Star Wars to Harry Potter to superheroes. How do we want to sequence this turn? I think we're playing Demolitionists out and getting in with them.
For duty.
For the master streamer. Thank you, Zengrief.
Few for the many.
Lego Incredibles is really well done. Yeah. I think Lego Incredibles and Lego DC Villains are my two favorite Lego variations. Do you ever find Mario Party frustrating for the kids? My kids are 5 and 6, and they can do a majority of the games in the newest Mario Party. And the games that they struggle with a little bit, Mario Party, if you're a parent, I think is a really great game to teach your kids that they don't always get to win at games. So winning and losing gracefully is definitely something that we've been working on together. I think we're probably done to this. So Mario Party's actually been good for that. Yeah, that was a turn 6 pack post nerf. Yeah.
Explosives primed.
Yeah, I don't even think that's a hot take. I think that's just true Martian. Letting your kids get frustrated, especially in a controlled scenario where it's a teachable moment, is important. Life is frequently frustrating, and learning how to address those emotions properly is an important part of growing up. Not learning how to address your emotions properly, reasonably, and rationally is how you end up with QAnon supporters. You can't find the switch? Where are the two switches? Just look in the back of them, bud.
Deal me in.
Yeah, so it's pretty done. I'm gonna help him find his switch room. Probably right in front of his face, knowing him. found it. Found it right as I stepped out there. And make the sub tracker look like a level up track, that would be cool. It technically supports custom HTML, but I'm not a web developer. I think that's a really bad take, Graven. The idea that bullies are some way healthy is not real. There are plenty of ways to teach things like that without children taking psychological abuse from other children. As someone who maintains his own WordPress website painstakingly, the least amount of web work I can do, the better. That's true. Pelly, shout out to Pelly in chat, by the way. Pelly is the one who created the plugin on my website that displays Runeterra decks elegantly. Pelly's a real web developer.
Let's get
I am an idiot who struggles to maintain his own WordPress site.
Awaits. Safety disengaged.
So we definitely want to just open attacks here. This doesn't have good blocks if we open attacks. It also gives us the opportunity to play this with Plunder, which is nice. Wow, that's brutal. Static Shock and TF Fizz is kind of surprising to me. It means they're more controlling, and usually Fizz isn't a very controlling deck. That's a great way to put it. You can learn lessons from being bullied, but you can also learn lessons from putting your hand in an open fire. In either case, there are much healthier ways to learn those lessons. That's a great analogy.
System upgrade. Prime and ready. System upgrade.
I think we're opening attacks. If I get red carded, I'd be pretty sad. Both red card and gold card encourage me to attack before doing anything. I think we're leaving these at home and probably attacking with the rest.
A ticket to the gun show.
We'll get through at least 3 plus a little bit of overwhelm.
System upgrade.
And we'll play Jack out post-combat.
Say your farewells.
Actually, the number 1 player in the EU server, and he went 26-2 with TF Fizz starting from 1,000 LP. Isn't that insane? Hot streaks happen. The last Star City Games Open I top 8'd when those were still a thing, you know, and in the before times, pre-plague. I what, 15, 14, 13 and 0 through the Swiss? Like, sometimes hot streaks happen. Can you give me money to play Transistor? I've actually already played Transistor, BB Trombone. On my website, under videos, there is a variety playthroughs section that has all of my favorite variety games that I've done playthroughs of, and Transistor's up there.
Eyes open.
My literal only bad thing to say about Transistor is that it's short.
Exactly correct.
It's only like 7 hours. They're at 13. Probably need to peel a Daddy Pharaoh to close this game out.
A game. Go on then.
Watch the ball, folks.
Watch the ball, folks.
You wanted wrath.
So, when you finish your Invisalign treatment, Aluaro, they give you, four retainers
Like a fish in water.
that are basically the same as the trays, but they don't have the button parts on them.
My complete.
My children have a much more gaming life than I had growing up, BB Trombone. Child Jeff would be super jealous of my current children. I'm gonna say no blocks here. The opponent's archetype frequently plays Give 4 Attack and Quick Attack as a card, so I'd rather not run into that. Yeah, I agree. Transistor skill system is really fantastic. Tetastakin, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. The fact that I didn't block meant they couldn't play the suit up pre-combat either there, which is great.
I promised a bloodbath. Any challenges?
Pretty sure we just open attacks before they can level this.
Covered.
I've got 5 points of reach here. They're going to 8, at least. At a minimum, they're going to 8 here.
Now this game's heating up.
All right, so now if they can play 2 more faster burst speed spells, they're going to get to red card me. Yep.
Something the matter. Wait a minute.
Charmed, I'm sure.
I think we're dead. Because all of our reach doesn't kill them before they open attacks. Yeah. That's fine. See, for those of you at home who are looking to ladder up efficiently, you will note that I've now very skillfully positioned 2 of my first losses with this deck after I achieved Masters. So the key to hitting higher ranks isn't necessarily having a good win rate. It's having your losses in the right places. Don't take tactical losses. Yeah, don't take your losses until they're free to give away. It's the big brain play. Do you get money for Twitch VOD views? I do not. Rephrase. I might, maybe. I don't know if there's adverts on Twitch VODs. I don't think so. I don't think so is my final answer. If you're subbed, Juvu, don't worry about where you watch my stuff. Watch it wherever it's easiest for you.
Let's get it, crew.
A single, like no joke, a single month of a Twitch subscription gives me more revenue than if you watched every video that I put on YouTube for multiple years. Like, start to finish, every video I put on YouTube, a single month of subbing on Twitch is worth more than you doing that for a year.
There's plenty of killing left.
You're covered. No prey. No pay.
Thanks for the 5 months, Forever. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So, we open on Make It Rain, right? Look at that. Look at this pure professionalism. Damn it.
Explosives primed.
YouTube is basically just advertising for Twitch. For someone at my channel size, that's true. For larger YouTube streamers, they very likely make livable money from ad revenue. Like people who hit like 20, 30, 40,000 views per video or 6 digits worth of views per video, YouTube provides real ad revenue at those levels. But like you look at like my average YouTube video gets like 400 or 500 views. It's like a couple $100 a month, if that, in ad revenue. Make It Rain 2 Electric Boogaloo.
My steel is yours.
Why no attack with the 3-3? Because I didn't want to trade my Misfortune for their Bright Steel Protector. This is much worse than the last one, chat. This is much worse than the previous Make It Rain. Oh, Jagged Butcher. Yeah, I probably should have attacked with Jagged Butcher. That's why the devil's in the details. Well,
Time to get rowdy.
This doesn't change a damn thing between us.
If you insist. Break their legs.
so moving to a non-YouTube platform twin to win hurts discoverability, especially for a niche game like Runeterra. But like the reason why I take the time to do YouTube content is because YouTube content converts into some amount of Twitch subs because of discoverability on YouTube. Even if I don't have Even if I don't have a ton of views on there, there's still more than there would be on any other platform. YouTube, me investing time into YouTube is basically me advertising my stuff. Using a non-YouTube platform for hosting past videos is like streaming on not Twitch. It's just incredibly stupid to do. The only reason to use a non-YouTube platform for videos or stream on not Twitch is if you are getting a giant contract where the company's paying you to use their other inferior platform that's less popular. Yeah, if you're Ninja or Shroud or Disguised Toast or something like that.
Slow down, Leon.
Keep up, keep up.
Nice ball.
Yeah, your champion spells turn back into the champions when you when your champion dies on board.
Here we go. I am reborn of salt and pride.
Yeah, all of our spells are level Gangplank. YouTube doesn't like feeding reptiles. Really? That's seems like a weird thing for them to not like. Now I feel like I need to look up what's involved that YouTube copy strikes people feeding animals.
We'll shed a tear.
Facebook gaming likes feeding reptiles, said Zuck is a lizard person.
Looking for trouble?
Facebook gaming's like, people give Facebook gaming a lot of crap, but I'm pretty sure based on the last metrics I saw, Facebook gaming actually has more watch time than YouTube's live streaming does.
The bones are splintered.
So attack is lethal, decimate's lethal, in a good spot here. So, Nightfall BB Trombone means your card gets a bonus if it's explicitly not the first card you've played in the turn. So long as it's your second, third, fourth, nth card, not the very first, it gets the bonus. I mean, to be fair, kids shouldn't be using YouTube unattended. As someone who's a parent with children, YouTube is basically the only streaming platform my children don't use. Things like Amazon, Netflix, all of those have more curated content by hand that you can know is safe for kids. You should still be aware of what your kids are watching and checking in on them, but like YouTube, you need to monitor much more closely than the others. Generally speaking, try not to let my kids watch anything on YouTube that I haven't watched in full first. I don't think it is inherently bad to have children on social media. I think the tools with which we give children to understand social media are frequently bad, though. Like, social media is just a part of our lives now, and rather than pretending it doesn't exist and banning them from it, we should be teaching kids how to use it and understand it and the things that go with it. That genie's not going back in the bottle.
I have my orders.
They could play a 1-3 here, so I think I just open attacks. Sure. Makes open attack slightly worse, but I still get my plunder trigger.
Ye started without me.
The world's a big place.
If you think porn is the worst thing your kids can stumble into online, I've got a few TED Talks and documentaries for you to watch. And ain't that the truth?
For the glory of Noxus.
Sounds dangerous. I'm in. Gotcha.
I'll shoot the wings off a bilge wasp.
Careful where you point that feather. Let's get moving.
You're between me and glory.
In a way, and this is a little egotistical, so feel free to push back if this doesn't make sense, but I would estimate that kids like mine, specifically kids who have millennials as parents, are going to be in a better position when it comes to technology and things like social media, because they're going to get to grow up with parents that understand what they're dealing with. And that definitely wasn't the case for me. And maybe that was the case for some people, but I would be surprised if on average most people in generations before my children like had parents that really understood those details.
Deal me in.
And just because you've experienced it doesn't mean you necessarily know how to handle it appropriately, but I think it means you're much more likely to, right?
Suppose you still want me dead.
Not till you scream for mercy.
Looks like trouble.
You've killed my king. I think social status will play a large part in that. Perhaps. Socioeconomic status could definitely be a large factor. I definitely come from a background with a lot of privilege.
Strike at their foundations.
Charmed, I'm sure. You're bluffing.
No sweat.
And to be fair too, it's probably something that's kind of difficult to study because millennials as a whole are procreating a lot less than previous generations for a variety of reasons. That's real good.
They don't know what they're up against.
Grandpa got into the social media, and that's why we don't go to his house anymore. God, that's so accurate it hurts. Nah, I don't. Maybe that's not actually accurate. I'm pretty sure all of my relatives that were bigots before the internet.
Firing.
Thinking back on it, I mean, the internet definitely let them coordinate better with other bigots, but I don't think it's accurate. I don't think it's accurate to say that it made them strictly worse people.
I'm in.
They were quieter about it before, yeah. I think that's an accurate take.
Coming in hot!
Racism isn't getting worse, it's getting filmed. Oh, that's a good line. I'm gonna remember and repeat that one.
But not that good.
I am not, so Voyus, I would believe that that is the case for you. I'm saying for me personally, it wasn't an instance of the internet made them worse people. Yes, growing up and thinking back on things I heard at family gatherings. This isn't new behavior.
Damned.
All right, 1 Decimate or Daddy Pharaon, please. We could still die in response. Bop.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
Am I dead yet?
Use you.
Dead to a Mystic Shot, chat. Dead to a Mystic Shot. Razor thin. Man. We would have been dead pre-Ezreal. To be fair, pre-Ezreal, so to point out your statement there, Ezreal wasn't a nerf, it was a redesign. So like, had Ezreal been pre-change, they wouldn't have leveled him there, and I actually would have been much better off. I actually think Ezreal is one of my favorite cards to kind of highlight why I love Runeterra as a game, because they didn't just nerf and buff him, they basically did a redesign while keeping him similar, right? They like sidestepped it a little, they just changed how he functioned, and that's really the strength of a digital game, right? Where like, you're close, but you need to just work around the edges, and Ezreal has really ended up in a fantastic spot. So, to wrap on this, I can just be a typical card game player here and say, this deck's perfect, chat. It got us into Masters today, and everybody knows Masters is where all the perfect play happens. So very clearly, nothing can be wrong with my deck if Masters was a rank we achieved with it. Overall, this was card for card what is up on the Mobalytics tier list, and it felt super reasonable overall. I was a little bit apprehensive when we started about the 2 Captain Pharaons at the very top end of the curve, a little unsure of how clunky this was going to be, but it ended up being very good in a number of spots. I kind of felt like we have a touch too much top end. I feel like 11 pieces here, or 8, depending on if you count Decimate as top end or reach, felt like a bit much. I feel like if I were to try and iterate on this, I would consider getting rid of Jack the Winner, going up to a 3rd Daddy Pharaon. Yeah, Jack did not feel great in that set. I feel like I would do this and then add 2 more things at the bottom. It could be as simple as adding another Iron Ballista, but honestly, I kind of would like to try with Go Hard with Pack Your Bags getting nerfed. I kind of would like just another 1-drop, like just like play 2 Krusty Krogers or 2 Legion Rearguards. Is this card playable if Pack Your Bags is less common? Because, like, a lot of our best starts involve just having triple 1-drop, especially any game where you're attacking on evens. Triple 1-drop is just, like, the best thing you could be doing. Yeah, you could even play Prowling Cutthroat or something like Pool Shark, but I think that's what I would do. I think I would go up to the 3rd Pharaon, cut the Jacks, and then add 2 more 1-drops, so you're on 14 1-drops to have triple 1-drop openers more consistently. And whatever 1-drop is your fancy, I think there's arguments to be made for a few of them. I think Codger, Legion Rearguard, Pool Shark, or Cutthroat could all be fine choices for that last 2 slots. All right, at any rate, we're going to be done with Pirate Aggro for the day. Remember, if you missed any of that set, you can find that up on my YouTube.